PJ, and I'm like all red in my face because I went downstairs to do some laundry, and I did a lot of bending so I could separate clothes, and then I had to grab a chair and sit down in it because my back started hurting real bad. Then I needed to bring 2 laundry baskets full of clothes, my daughter's and my own. And now I feel like I can't move. I'm on the couch and I got some clothes to fold. And I mean, I've been awake since 7 a.m. and it took me 3 hours to get out of bed. And I sat in the bathtub in hot water for probably 2 hours before I took a complete shower and got dressed. And then I finally made something to eat, and I had brunch at almost 1 o'clock. It was 12:57. And then I just got some laundry going, and it is now 1:30. So I will have accomplished hygiene and 2 loads of laundry and fed myself by the time my daughter gets home. And hopefully folded the clothes and put them away. Oh, and I rinsed the dishes, but I haven't done any dishes. So, and then I've got 2 projects I wanted to work on, craft ideas, and that will probably be all that I can accomplish in a day with a herniated disc. It is so painful, and I wanted to start making these blogs like I did last time that I had a spinal fusion surgery, and that was in September of 2014, and this is now May 5th, 2015, and I'm 7 months post-op from those 2 surgeries, actually, because I had to have a repair on I had a dura leak, and I was also on a ventilator for 11 days, and I cannot have any albumin, which is a volume expander, instead of getting a blood transfusion, and because that caused my lungs to fill up with fluid, and almost took my life. I developed ARDS, which is adult respiratory distress syndrome. And so that shouldn't happen because my second surgery was successful. They knew what to do. But in case, I did take out a life insurance policy. I just feel like I need to cover all ends. It makes me feel more comfortable. Even though my husband and my daughter don't like to talk about it, I thought that we needed to discuss what my wishes would be. So, therefore, this is actually my very first video blog about my upcoming double fusion. I'm having 2 levels done. They are going to repair my original fusion that did not take. There is a pedicle screw compressing a nerve, and I forgot what the actual medical term for it, something in plate. It's on the right side, and he's also going to use a different bone graft material and try to set everything in place where that's supposed to be. And then I herniated the disc on the L4, L5, and he's also going to fuse that. But this time he's going to do an OLIF, O-L-I-F, which is, usually they would call it inner body, but it isn't. It isn't anterior, it's inner body, yeah. They go in through the left side so that he can get a better look at the front of the discs and put in wedges so that he can get a good height, because I have a flat back deformity because of the collapsing of the disc, and I lost the lordosis in my spine, which is the natural curvature of the spine. and that causes pain on top of the nice stenosis that I have. I had that really bad in the L5S1 area, and he did a laminectomy, which is supposed to relieve some of that on that side, but I'm still experiencing some stenosis because of that right side of the end plate, or the, you know, the hardware that's in there. So I also have the stenosis in the L4, L5 level. So I just have stenosis up and down my daggone spine, and that causes a lot of pain. I was just naturally born that way, where my spinal cord canal has no flipping room, and that's causing pain down my hips and buttocks and legs, and you know, and also I have some of that pain. They call it laminectomy syndrome. After you have a laminectomy, you'll have some pain like that too. So, you know, I did really well for about 2 to 3 months. Other than, you know, the actual incision pain in that area, I started to get well, and that would have been wonderful if it would have continued, but then I started to spiral downward, and he said, you know, usually you get well and you stay well, or you just start getting worse, and that's when you know that there's a problem. So on the CT scan, it showed there was just this little place where there was bone, where there was actual fusion, and he said by 6 months you should have something starting to fuse, and it's just not. There's gases inside of it. So it didn't take. My body just must have rejected it. So that's the plan. I told him that I wanted to see my daughter graduate high school first. So she'll graduate on the 22nd of May, and then I go in for some physical history testing on the 27th, and then I have like pre-op screening on June the 8th, and then my next surgery is June 15th, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified, since my last experience was not so nice. So here we go again. I have a really good feeling though that this is it. This is gonna, you know, really help me, because there was a slight herniation, a bulge, what they called it, that we already knew going in and doing the last fusion. And so I wasn't going to get relief of all of the nerve issue anyway. So with there being this double fusion, I may see some actual relief. I just want to be able to walk, and once I can start really walking, maybe someday after I lose all my weight and I'm active again, I might be able to run again, and that's my biggest dream. I just want to know what that feels like, the freedom of that. You know, I guess I look at all these people, I have actual acquaintances and friends that I watch them, you know, they run and they do races and things, and I mean, that's their lifestyle, and I wish I could know that freedom and how exciting that must be, and that journey. So I kind of long for that, and I don't think that that's not within my reach. I know with God all things are possible, and even though I have moments of vulnerability and weakness, He's still there, and He's with me, and He'll be with me in this surgery, and He's got this. Just like I said last time, and when the worst happened, He was there, and He'll be again. So anyway, first video blog. We'll keep in touch. There's lots of specifics and details, and we'll see you there. I'm in the OR. Thanks.